can religion cause sin? What do y'all think? Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Yes? Why do you think so?
I don't know. I just know it can.
Okay. I mean,
Alright.
Like the rules can cause you to like tend over them. Like
say that again.
rules can cause you to like want to do like break the rules.
Okay. Can you expand on that a little bit? I like your answer.
I don't know how to explain.
What would be an example? Give us an example. Can you do that?
I don't know.
No.
Like, you know, the Ten Commandments, we all break the Ten Commandments.
Okay.
And it's just like, you don't want to do it, but you do it anyways.
Okay. You're kind of on the right track. We'll go with that. You alright over there? Candy?
It's been googly all day.
So, today we live in a sinful world. How many of y'all would agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
A sinful world.
Sinful world. So, what are some of the things in this world that are, sinful?
Talking while the teacher's talking.
Sure, why not? That'll work. Not respecting authority, we'll go with, yeah, there you go.
Stealing.
Stealing, okay.
Murder.
Murder's not easy.
Lying, okay.
I don't care. You can say it's sin.
Hating, yeah. Why would hating be a sin?
Because
Easy.
it's part of murder, right?
But
Like, part of Ten
it's
Commandments
like wanting something that somebody else has.
Coveting?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Talking back.
Hating.
Talk it back.
Like haters.
As long as
I
not
remember
respecting
what it
authority,
is.
yeah. Okay. What are some other things in this world that y'all see all around you that you might not do but see
Drugs.
sinful?
Yeah, drugs.
Drugs, alcohol.
Drugs, alcohol,
Beating people up.
Yep,
That's
it is.
beating people up.
Anything else? Not respecting your parents. I think we already talked about that, not respecting authority. About violence in movie and TV. Unjust violence, like just killing for the sake of killing. Just because. No.
Kind of like games.
Gangs, yeah. Human trafficking. Anybody thought about that? One thing that's kind of popped up in politics the last couple of years, illegal drugs have become legal. Like marijuana, I've seen where several states and
Isn't
cities
it like Utah?
have, I don't think Utah has.
Washington is
Colorado, Washington, Alaska,
Oh, yes.
Washington, D.C.
California, right?
No, not California.
Yeah.
I thought it was California.
Yeah,
I
California.
thought it was California.
They might have, I don't know, it's slowly growing. But, how can something be illegal and bad and then all of a sudden,
It's legal.
it's legal and good? What's up with that? But yeah, simple stuff. People have made a mockery of marriage. How many of y'all would agree with that? Marriage is not the same today as it was, say, 50 years ago. People don't respect it. So those are just a few of the things, that people, commit sins in, and, we see all around us every day and we have to deal with. And it's tough, especially as Christians, to be able to live in the world and not conform to the world. But we have a set of rules that we live by, but the rules can also, have a hindrance if we stick straight to the rules. We can also dishonor God by we can dishonor God by only following the rules, and we're kind of going to look at some of that tonight. I'm sure a lot of y'all would probably agree with me that, if I had to go on my merit and things that I've done, that God wouldn't accept me for the things that I've done in my life. And I know there's probably a few of y'all in here that probably agree that, feel the same way, that if we had to go on our merit and what we had done, that God wouldn't accept us. But thank goodness that Jesus came and died on the cross for us, and through that, God accepts me for who I am. But I still got to try to honor Him and follow what He teaches in the Bible. So we're going to look at a passage in Matthew 15, 1 through 20. So I don't know if You have your devices, book, you can turn, flip, slide, dip, dive, duck, dodge.
Matthew, what?
15,
Team what?
15, 1 through 20. So I know it's a long passage, so if I can get two people, one through 10. Candy, you want to read 1 through 10?
That's
Alright,
fine.
get somebody to read 11 through 20, Michaela. Alright, cool. So whenever you're ready, and be thinking about while he's reading, how rules and following tradition can get in the way of living a godly life and following God's commands. Take it away.
Then he came to Jesus' scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. But he answered and said unto them, Why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition? For God commanded, saying, Honor thy father and mother, and that he curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, Whoever shall say to his father or his mother, It is a gift by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition. Ye hypocrites, well did... Who's that? Isaiah? Isaiah prophecy of you saying,
Isaiah.
This people dwareth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoureth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
One more.
No,
Have to read 10.
told you one more. And then he called the multitude and said unto them, Hear and understand.
It is not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out of the mouth. This defiles a person. Then the disciples came and said to him, Do you know what the Pharisees were offended when they heard this saying? He answered, Every plant that my heavenly Father has not planted will be rooted up. Let them alone. They are blind guides, and if the blind lead the blind, both will fall into a pit. But Peter said to them, Explain the parable to us. And he said, Are you also still without understanding? Do you not see that whatever goes into the mouth passes into the stomach and is expelled? But what comes out of the mouth processed from the heart, and this defiles a person. For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander. These are what defile a person. But to eat with unwashed hands does not defile anyone.
Thank you, Michaela. Thank you, Candy, for reading. So can anybody kind of translate what we got going on here? A little bit. Who is Jesus meeting with?
Don't know.
First verse.
Oh, I don't know.
Scribes and Pharisees.
There you go. Meet with five scribes.
It said B.
P.
He said P.
Oh, they said B.
Pharisees.
I said two.
Oh, sorry.
Matthew 15, verse 1.
Yeah. Yes.
Go to the bathroom.
You don't have to raise your hand today. You just
Oh.
go.
Okay, well, I didn't know.
It's okay.
She goes.
I know if you get up, you probably have a reason. You want to tell the world what you got going on. He's meeting with scribes and Pharisees. What are they talking over in this? What do the scribes come to Jesus to talk to him about? What kind of concern?
Why do the disciples transgress the tradition of the elders?
Okay, and what was the tradition that they transgressed or disobeyed or didn't follow?
They not wash their hands?
Not wash their hands. So in the Old Testament, it was considered unclean or sin to eat without washing your hands. How many of y'all eat without washing your hands now?
Sometimes. If I'm at the racetrack.
I eat all the time without washing my hands. I don't get that. Don't even think about that. Y'all might think that's nasty, but
It's not that
sorry. It is what it is. So Jesus kind of flips the script on them a little bit because they're not looking deeper into the disciples, or they're following the tradition more so than looking at the person. They're considering these people low-life sinners that they don't even want to deal with because they didn't wash their hands, because they were immoral. They were keeping their religious tradition, and Christ pointed out that they actually failed to follow God's laws because they caused this to dishonor their father and mother, because they wouldn't, associate with people, other people. Anybody know anything about the Pharisees, who they were? No? They were a group of religious leaders who made up the laws. So they were Jews who also were supposed to lead the nation of Israel because they didn't have a king. Or you okay, Camden?
Yeah.
I want to laugh. Tell me what's so funny.
Nothing.
Brittany,
Brittany's making me laugh.
what's making you laugh?
You're gonna do that. I can tell him.
Yeah. I'll be quiet now.
Because the Pharisees were following the tradition of not eating with anybody who hadn't washed their hands, they were discounting Jesus and his disciples, and Jesus kind of takes and flips the script on them. He says, well, you didn't wash you wash your hands, and you say all the right things, but what's your heart say? I think Michaela read it in her half of the verses. He says, it's not what you put in your mouth, but what comes out of it, which is the major sin that they were doing. And this caused dishonor to God because, when you speak, and that's what really comes out of your heart. That's what you really mean. Sometimes you can say the right thing, but deep down in your heart, God knows what you really feel and where your true feelings lie. The tradition is not a bad thing. We all have different traditions that we follow. We got a big tradition in our family. We all get together at my grandma's on Christmas Eve. We eat. As awkward as it is, we sing the 12 Days of Christmas. Yes, it is. It's hilarious. Some of y'all might have seen that on Snapchat this Christmas, because I snapped that and that was funny. Those are some good traditions, but if they're not godly, they really have no good point. You okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay. But these Pharisees, they were religious leaders, and they were making their own laws for their own benefit. And they were taking that and dishonoring God, because they wouldn't associate with these people because they didn't wash their hands. In the New Testament, God points out, two major, rules that He has. Does anybody know what they are? The two so-called new commandments. Because if you follow these two, then you'll follow all the 10. You love.
Honor thy mother and father.
That's 10 commandments, yeah.
I don't know that.
But it's in the New Testament. The New Testament covenants, I guess. You love.
God.
You love God, okay.
You love God.
And
Mother.
who? Mother.
Father and mother.
Okay, who are they?
Parents.
Who are?
Your parents.
Mom
Yes.
and dad.
Another P word.
Their parents.
People.
Oh.
People. You love God and you love people. That'll take care of the whole 10 commandments. Jesus mentioned in the verses that he said every plant that God did not plant will be uprooted and taken away. And that's a reference to talking about those who accept Christ and those who don't. Everybody has the ability to accept Christ and have Him in their life, but the ones who do not accept Christ, they will not be with God. They will be uprooted and taken away. So that's what he was talking about there. But going back to the Pharisees. They were keeping that tradition of washing their hands to keep clean, so they wouldn't associate with the people. How many of y'all have somebody that you do not like for one reason or another, that you will avoid, you don't talk to them? I agree, yeah. I got people I don't like, and like, if I see them coming, I'm going the other way.
Who are you supposed to be
The camera looked really like.
Who'd you
You
say?
okay?
Is this a roast session?
Who'd you say? Did you say me?
He said Madison.
What was I trying to say? Session. I don't know.
I do.
Now, remember?
Just one person.
So, anyway, how can we possibly know what God honors and what He does not? You know, we talk about tradition. You know, we should only do traditions that honor God, and traditions that don't honor God, we don't have to have nothing to do with. According to Matthew, Jesus declared that it is not what we want to do.
What?
Sorry. I'm trying to read
Sorry,
and talk
what?
at the same time here. Jesus declared that it is not what went into a person that made him unclean, but what came out. He was talking about the Pharisees, you know, their heart. A lot of them, the Pharisees at that time, were there because they could make the rules that govern the nation of Israel, and they were there for their own personal gain. You know, it would be equivalent to lying, stealing, cheating. You know, things that y'all mentioned to start with the Ten Commandments, and that would bring dishonor to the father and mother. And they were following these traditions, and they were ended up breaking, you know, God's commands, and Jesus called them out on it. You know, y'all don't talk to these people because you consider them unclean for rules that you made, and not rules that God made. And that can be applied to this day and time too. You know, how many of y'all have ever been in a situation where you were around some things that were definitely not godly? You know, whether it be a party where, you know, bad things are going on, whether you've been around a situation, you watched a movie that had some inappropriate stuff on it, whether it be language or violence or sexual stuff. You know, there's a whole lot of that, especially on TV and movies today, music. You know, how many of you only listen to old school gospel music? That's it.
Every radio station.
Every radio station
Was raised in my home.
was gospel music.
Yeah, I was joking.
Gotcha. I'm with you now. Thank you. Clarifying that.
Just making sure we do. Do anything with that.
But we've all been there. But are we called to completely ignore that and be out of the world and to just get away from all people? You said no? That's right. That's right. No.
Okay.
You know, if we completely avoid everybody, we're being just like the Pharisees. You know, we're shutting ourselves off. There's no way we can, you know, spread the gospel and, you know, talk to other people and have any interaction with them and have any influence on their lives. You know, look at Jesus. Look what he did. Who did he eat with? Who did he associate with while he was on the earth? Anybody know? Sinners? Absolutely. No, he ate with gluttons. How many of y'all know what a glutton is?
No, what?
Glutton. G-U-L-T-T-O-N. People who ate and ate and ate and ate and ate just for the sake of eating. Like they, no, these people took it and they put food above everything else. That's, yeah. Yeah, he, you know, went to parties where the drunk people, the drunkards were. You know, he associated with tax collectors, which were like the IRS. How many of y'all, you know, y'all probably not.
We know who the IRS
I've
is.
seen
I
a
know,
commercial.
but you know, y'all don't have to deal with them. You know, the tax man takes all your money.
Not
You know,
yet.
he associated with the tax man. But he went to those people. You know, he associated with them. He was with them. So what would that look like today? What are some of the quote unquote, you know, groups that are around in y'all school that might not be considered the best.
What do you mean groups?
I don't
The
know.
posse.
Posse,
Fake
squad,
people.
There's a posse of
Those
boys
people that do
The getting
Yeah.
people.
What happened?
They're the only bad ones.
That's
Yeah,
called
yeah.
a rape, not a
really
group.
Don't say that out loud.
Yeah, don't repeat
I'm
that.
glad I didn't
Who
hear
said
that.
that?
You covered the
Who do
microphone
you
up.
think said that?
Oh
Um,
Oh well.
So the undesirable people that we have around, we all have people like that in our lives. But are we called to just completely shut those people out and not ever talk to them?
No.
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 No. You can't. There's no way you can advance the gospel and share your life with those people if you never associate with them. Say just yesterday, I was at it was weird. It was a baby shower / pig picking / huh?
What?
It was weird. I don't know. I felt awkward going to it at first. I was like, they're gonna have a pig, so I'm gonna go there and eat. So it was for everybody. It was for family and friends and stuff. But there was a bunch of alcohol involved.
Nice.
And it wouldn't be. I did not drink. I had me
That's not nice.
the Sonny. I think I had maybe a Deer Red Parquet. I'd had Pepsi. I don't know, but I had more. Anyway, after talking to a whole bunch of people there, I began to realize that those were not the best people necessarily to be associated with. But there's no way that I could have any kind of influence and talk to them about the gospel if I didn't associate with them. If I just stayed away, stayed in my corner, and never talked to them, there's no way they would ever listen to me on what I had to say. So you can still talk to them, be friends, be nice to them, but you don't have to, partake in their activities. And that's where you start getting in trouble if you give in to sin and give in to the partying, the drinking, the drugs, the sex, drugs, rock and roll. That's an old saying, I guess, from the
rock
80s.
and roll?
Yeah.
No, it's really hard to not get into rock and roll.
It's the saying, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Okay.
All rock and roll. That's what the rock and roll lifestyle was about.
You're loud.
Okay.
What just happened?
Okay.
What did I say?
You said okay.
The point is, you can't have a positive influence on somebody's life if you're never in somebody's life. You can't do that. And I know you all have people that I would hope you would at least associate with them, even though they don't fly away with a bird like you got going on there at Camden. I don't know what kind of.
You ever seen that before?
Friend.
That's what that's from.
Friend did that.
They're always met with some friends.
How old are you guys?
Alright, almost done.
Parents.
Calm down. Almost done here. So,
I'm like,
you can't disassociate with people because of who they are and what they do. You can't shut them out of your life. You just can't partake in what they do. You can still be around it. You just can't, give into it, give into temptation and sin. That's where it becomes a sin to you, not just being around. Because you can walk in a bar all day long, but unless you start drinking alcohol, you're not sinning. I don't recommend it. They're not great places. Just saying.
Wait.
What?
Never mind.
Like I said, I don't recommend going and just roll up in there. Hey, let me read y'all the Bible.
Wait, so you said if you what?
Go ahead.
Nothing.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So if you drink alcohol, you're sinning.
Yes, according to the Bible, that is sin. Do not take a strong drink.
But this preacher, about my mom was at the beach one time, and this guy came over there and asked him if she wanted these 2 beers because he didn't.
But he was
need
a
'em.
preacher.
And he was a preacher, and she asked him,
And he had beers.
is it a sin?
But
He
mom
said
doesn't
no.
drink beer.
Wait, but didn't he like turn water into wine, so technically he turned.
But wine wasn't the same as it is now.
And it's still like fermented grape.
Yes, but you would have to drink like 10 gallons of it.
Still, but it's still
alcohol.
drinking.
But there wasn't.
Alcohol in it.
They didn't
As
have-
much.
Yeah, isn't it
There's
always
also a
sitting
way
if you
to-
get drunk?
Yeah, if you get
What?
drunk on purpose.
Hi.
I thought that's what it was.
Taylor, what you got?
I thought, okay. Everybody's looking at me. I thought the Bible said, don't drink to get drunk.
Yes.
But you can't
But-
drink.
But
But
you don't get drunk off of like a cup of wine. Or
But
like,
how do you start to get drunk?
Yeah, you can put it in a cup if you want to. Okay, you know what I mean.
That one little shot glass can change everything.
Okay.
Trying to talk.
Back to adult conversation. Obviously, if you drank like a whole pack of beer, yeah, you're gonna be drunk and
Yeah.
like act a fool and stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought the Bible said, don't drink to get drunk, and then whoever said Jesus turned water into wine. Yeah,
He
you.
did turn water into wine. It was more like that was the only thing to drink back then. And it was not strong. It was not.
But
It was more like
he was like,
it was closer to drinking water than it was to drinking the wine that we have today.
Why are you looking at me like that?
but it's still
So you can
It's a
drink
big
and
gray
not
area.
get
I
drunk.
understand.
but I don't
you know,
get that.
There are some pastors that
just
do
don't
drink,
get drunk.
and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it one bit. But you know, I see
Cause
that it was not following the Bible. But you know, that we could talk for an hour on that if we wanted to.
But why is it like wait, let me think what I'm trying to ask. Why is it a sin? I guess that's my question.
To drink
Yeah.
anything.
Well, not
So
really,
what was the first step to getting drunk?
You have to get the
You
alcohol.
gotta drink.
You have to drink.
That's just
But
you have to drink a lot in order to get drunk.
I understand that, but if you never take the first drink, you'll never.
You'll never get drunk.
But if you just take a sip of a fruity drink, but
Oh,
and it has like a little bit of stuff, but if you don't get drunk on it, it's basically clear. Just a
I got a passage of scripture. You teaching.
We can talk. We can talk later about.
Let's have a whole session on alcohol.
We can do that.
What did you learn today in church?
We talk about alcohol.
I like strawberry daiquiris.
But it's not.
My grandma fixed me those out.
Alcohol is so good.
And pina colada.
Yeah. Alright.
16 and over.
Without the alcohol part.
That escalated quickly.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's a legitimate question because those are things you have to deal with. I know, especially the older ones, you have to deal with it, especially a whole lot more the older you get. I lost a whole lot of good friends because I didn't want to even be around it.
Austin, why's that smirk on your face? Okay, anyway. God.
Because they were into the whole getting drunk and getting high and getting wasted lifestyle, and I didn't care to be around it. So, chocolate wasted is fine. Yeah, I got chocolate wasted this afternoon on some cake, so it was good. Chocolate.
Well, I'm very proud that you got chocolate wasted instead of.
I tried to take a nap and I had too much sugar in me and I couldn't go to sleep. So, plus the football game was on.
So I guess that's the chocolate hanger. I can't go to sleep.
Yeah, I had to get some sleep.
Sydney.
So, we have permission by God to be around the sinful stuff. But like I said, unless you partake in it,
Wrap it.
you're not sinning. And going back to the alcohol thing, if you don't ever take the first drink, you won't ever get drunk.
True that.
So always remember that.
Do that.
And you can't love people if you're not around them. You can't. And what did Jesus call us to do? He called us to love people and love everybody. Absolutely.